Hey everyone, Vinayak here. I've been using the 360 S7 robot vacuum cleaner for about a month now, and I feel ready to answer all the questions our viewers had on the same. Instead of answering the questions one by one, I'll go through the app option by option, which will answer most questions and also showcase the features of the vacuum. Let's begin. Once you have set up the vacuum, this is how the screen would look when you open up the app. We have our vacuum listed on screen and you can have more vacuums added to the same app as necessary. The app generally starts out in the tab that you had last used it in, and we can switch between the tabs on the top, so you can go between room and area and house. The house tab provides options for a whole house cleaning. That's all available in the bottom here. So you have the recharge mode, sweep mode, powerful mode, and also the tools. We can activate the sweeping here, change the power options to between quiet, standard, powerful and max, and do note, the higher power levels, the faster the battery drains. If a map was generated earlier during its first run, you can also set block off zones where we can mark it in red and it will stay away from those areas. On the left, we have the option to have vacuum and mop, vacuum mode only and mop mode only. To mop, we need to have the mopping attachment present on the vacuum. The other two tabs are the area and room. To use the area and room options, the vacuum should have run at least once throughout the house and a map should have been generated via the house tab. Area tab allows us to set the areas to clean using the adjust area option that we have. You can add new areas for cleaning, and we can also have the option to make the vacuum clean the area multiple times using the number of times option over here. Add zone, you can add one more zone over here, and that will be setting the vacuum to clean in that area. We can set up to clean multiple custom areas using this option. Hit effective immediately and the vacuum starts to clean. You can also add and block off areas at the same time, but make sure not to mark it over where the charging base is, or the vacuum will not be able to return to the charger. Now let's get to the room tab. The room tab allows us to select a specific room for cleaning. Select a room, hit sweep, and the vacuum activates to clean that marked room. On the left, we have an option to set the cleaning to be smart cleaning or clean in the order we have selected the rooms. So it can do smart cleaning where it would clean smartly and use less battery while moving between rooms. So we'll set the order perfectly that way. We also have a cleaning plan where we can set each room to have its own modes. So suppose you have room 2 and I want it to be running in powerful mode instead, or max mode or quiet mode, I can set it from here. Or how many times I want it to be cleaning can also be set using this option here. Now let's move to the tools present in the bottom right. We have a lot of options over here. So we have intelligent zoning. Intelligent zoning displays the rooms intelligently segregated by the vacuum. We can rename it by just selecting rename below. So you can click on this, rename, select, and you can select anything from here, or you can type in your own custom name from here. The changes are saved and synced to the account online too. Within intelligent zoning, we also have the option to either merge or split the rooms according to how we want it. So here I have two rooms which are actually split by how the vacuum when it was cleaning. So I can actually select the two and then merge the two areas into one, and which is saved into the main maps again. So now I'm renaming the merged room into master bedroom. So now that is done. Now I'm going to split the room again. If you want it to be actually split so that you can clean one section whenever you require. So you can draw a line like this, confirm, and now the rooms are split. So that is how you would actually merge rooms or split rooms as per your requirement. Multi-story management. When first running the vacuum, it would generally be empty in this. So once it is run through cleaning the floor, it will generate a map, and then we have the option to view the multiple maps. You can rename a map, delete a map, or set it as your favorite. I have multiple maps over here because I have run the same vacuum on multiple floors in my house. Make sure to update to the latest firmware, as older firmware didn't save the maps. Then you have schedule. We can set a cleaning schedule which activates the vacuum at a certain time automatically to clean the house. Hit the plus button on the top right and we have the option to set the time when the vacuum would need to start up. We could also set if this should be vacuum only or mop only, or we can repeat how many times. Is it daily, is it working days or on weekends, or you can also customize which days it should be running automatically. Then you have the power level where it should be quiet mode, max mode, standard mode or powerful mode. You can set that also from here. Then we have the cleaning preference, which is the whole house or a certain area or any of the rooms. Next, we have history, which lists the total cleaning time area and also how many times it has cleaned. In the list below, we can see the date, time and how much area it has cleaned each time it has run. Then we have the reset map. If you want to reset your map, you can use it from here, because if your map is not made properly, you can always reset it from here. Then you have the rotate map, which allows you to rotate the map to an orientation you would like to see it. Voice pack. Voice pack allows you to choose a voice for your vacuum. So you have one option in Chinese and you have two English options. I have already selected one which is shown in use over here. Select the one you like and the vacuum would use it for the voice prompts on the device. Then you have RC mode or remote control mode, which allows you to use a virtual controller in the app, allowing us to drive the vacuum around like a remote control car. This also allows us to manually move the vacuum to a specific area to clean. Firmware updates. This is the software that the vacuum runs on. There would be updates for bug fixes and also new improvements for the device. So make sure to keep your device firmware up to date. If you do receive a new firmware, this is how it would look. Hit on upgrade immediately, and once done, the vacuum would reboot to use the new firmware. Make sure that the vacuum is completely charged and it has a good network connectivity, as if the process is interrupted, it might stop working altogether. Then you have positioning. If you hit the positioning button, the vacuum would prompt its location by "Here I am," kind of a message, voice message. Then you have maintenance. Maintenance, this option displays how long each part has been used and when it would be the right time to replace them. The last item on the list is just the sensors that would need wiping, and it would show exactly when the sensors should need a simple wipe down so that nothing is obstructing its view. Here we have the filter and how long it was used, and generally when it needs to be washed or replaced. It generally needs to be replaced every 150 hours of use. Similar details are available for the side brush and the main brush too. Then we have the settings, where we have the option to share the device with another user, which could be by a phone number or QR code sharing. And you can change the name of the device. I have kept it as 360 robot because it is easier for me to call it through Alexa. Then we have the do not disturb setting, where I can set certain times that the vacuum should not disturb me with notifications. That is, do not disturb. Then you have the volume setting, where you can set the volume of the vacuum whenever it is giving out a message, so that it is not too loud. Maybe in the night you don't want it to make any sounds. You can have it at lowest or 0 actually. Then you have the device light, where you can switch off the lights that are on the device, that are the recharge button and the power button, so that it doesn't disturb you when you are actually sleeping. Then you have the carpet mode, which is nice actually, because whenever the device enters a carpet, it will increase the power of the vacuum so that you can get the dirt off the carpet more easier. Then the area unit hits a square foot or square meters. Then we have the collision protection mode. Generally, the vacuum will protect itself from collision on any of the furnitures or any item. But what happens is, when there are curtains, there are times that the vacuum will not cross through. So if you switch this off, it will actually go through curtains also, or else it will stay away if it has a slight resistance also, which is nice actually. Then you have the device information, the serial number and the connection, which Wi-Fi it's connected to, how strong the Wi-Fi connection is, and etc. Then you can reboot the device using the option directly from here, and you also have the option to reconnect to the device. So that was the 360 S7 app and how to use the options. If you have any questions, you can always email us at tech@talkingstuff.net or WhatsApp us at 96525788833. Also make sure to like, subscribe and also hit the notification bell to be notified when new videos are added. Thank you for watching and see you all next time.